Hello everyone, thank you for tuning in. This is a video review of the DealExtreme 6090 drop-in LED module. As you can see, I have the module installed in a Surefire 6P flashlight. This flashlight started out its life as an incandescent flashlight, but I have upgraded it to an LED flashlight by using the 6090 module. So let's take it apart and take a look at the module itself. I'm going to take the batteries out to avoid risk shorting or anything like that. I don't want to short out my lithium-ion battery cells because they can become dangerously explosive by doing so. So there you see it. The module simply just drops right in. And here you have it. It's a machined aluminum reflector with an orange peel coated finish on it, and a brass pill houses the electrical assembly. It simply unscrews from the aluminum like so, and this little white piece that you see in here, that's a very important component. That is an insulator piece, and it insulates the negative side of the circuit, the chassis ground if you will, from the positive terminal on the LED emitter. Here's the LED. It's a Cree P4 emitter, and I'm not sure if you can actually see in there, it's kind of blurry, but it's one of the newer emitters. It has a shiny metal aluminum looking surface inside the lens of the LED there, so it is one of the newer builds from what I understand. It's epoxied very well, very securely onto the brass pill, so you can modify it to drop in a brighter bin LED. I would imagine taking it out of here would be very difficult, to say the least. You'd have to pry it and scrape and gouge at it and probably risk damaging the circuit board. It's cheaper just to buy new parts and rebuild it, or buy a whole new module, a whole new drop-in module altogether. So here's some of the solder quality on the back side. It's very well soldered. The negative side of it, the negative side of the driver board is soldered well to the brass pill. My particular unit had some cold solder joint on the positive terminal spring, so I had to reflow solder around it to get it to be much more durable. And that's pretty much it. A little trick to using these types of modules is you don't want to tighten the brass pill all the way into the aluminum reflector. So I'm going to show you what happens if you do. The instinctive thing to do is to tighten the brass pill all the way into the reflector, but when you do that, at least with the Surefire 6P, and you tighten down the bezel, I'm not sure if you can hear that, but you have a loose fitting module inside your flashlight. So what happens is you have intermittent contact on the negative half of the circuit. Okay, so that's very important. It took me a little while, half hour or so, to figure that out. So conversely, to fix that, what you want to do is loosen the pill a little bit from the reflector. Okay, now if you do it too much, let's say you loosen it too much like that. Okay, you get a big, and you tighten the bezel back down, you get a big ugly gap right here around the perimeter of your bezel. So what you want to do is tweak and adjust this assembly such that you get a nice smooth tight fitting module with no gap between the bezel and the body of the flashlight. And there you have it. A nice tight, no rattle, nice tight fit and snug, and not much of a gap in there between the bezel and the body. So dropping the batteries back in, tighten down the cap, and you should have a nice, bright, solid assembly. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you find this review useful.